This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Academy. And today we have the awesome, the amazing Miss Kelly Ward and the handsome Mr. Norman Ellsworth, and they'll be covering shipping like a pro to help you get ready for this Q4 shipping and beyond. So Kelly, please take it away.
All right. While we're waiting for Norman to go in, let me go ahead and get started. I've been selling online since 2014. I started out with eBay in 2014 and added Amazon in 2015. I added Poshmark about 2 years later. I added Etsy last year, and this year I've added Grails. That's a site a lot of people haven't heard of. It's more for men's fashion, vintage clothes for men. So, and you get a lot of international sales on there, which we'll talk about international shipping later on, how to save on that. I have spoke at multiple e-commerce conferences on many topics, including shipping. I live in the Houston area with my husband and my 4 kids. My oldest is 24, my youngest is 16. And when Norman gets here, we can hear a little bit about him, but let's go ahead and get started. So on to the next slide here. So we're going to start out the assumption that with the workshop that you all have a computer or a tablet or some sort that has internet connection, because you need that when working with your business. You can do a lot on your phone, but there's some stuff that you can't do. And that you plan to ship orders to your customers themselves. I mean, shipping your inventory into Amazon is different than shipping orders to the customers. So we're going to focus on shipping items from your house to the customer in this workshop. And we're going to do some off-site stuff to help you save and teach you different ways to do shipping. On to the next slide. So today we're going to do understand basic shipping supplies that you need, how to order free shipping supplies from the post office, scheduling free pickup from the post office, how to save money when shipping using a site called Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is free, so you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing you have to pay to use Pirate Ship. And connecting your eBay Etsy account to use Pirate Ship. You're like, but eBay and Etsy has their own shipping. We're going to show you how you can use Pirate Ship to save additional money on some shipping and with international shipping. We'll talk about international shipping and signing up for the Simple Export program, which is offered on Pirate Ship. And when to use like FedEx, UPS, or even freight shipping. And hopefully, if we have enough time, a Q&A session. So I might have to get Nicole to jump over onto the Facebooks and see if there's anyone asking questions over there. Next slide. So first, let's start off with the basic shipping supplies. So like a shipping scale, the AccuCheck up in the picture, that's a really good one. I used that one for years until it just died on me in the beginning of this pandemic, and I couldn't get any scale except for the one that's more expensive off of Amazon next day. Because I couldn't go not during the pandemic. I needed to be shipping every day, and I needed that scale. So having a scale is very important. I started off using a kitchen scale, but it only goes up to 1-2 pounds. If you're going to be shipping larger stuff, you need something that can do up to 50, 60, or the AccuCheck goes up to 110 pounds. So you want to make sure that it can do the pounds and the ounces. Poly mailers and bubble mailers. Bubble mailers are the ones you might be familiar with. The envelopes with the kind of bubble wrap on the inside. Those are bubble mailers. And poly mailers are kind of just like thin plastic. There's no bubble in it. Those are poly meals. Of course, boxes, you'll have to figure out what boxes you probably will need for your item and make sure that when you're putting items in the boxes, especially they're going to be fragile or something that's collectible, you want to leave room in the box for like a bubble wrap or something to protect your item. For shipping tape, packing material like craft paper, the blank newspaper, air pillows. When I first started, I had my family save me all that stuff from whenever they had like Amazon ships you a toothbrush and you get, a huge box with 15 air pillows in it and one toothbrush, So you want to make sure you get those packing materials, bubble wrap. You can buy little rolls of bubble wrap at the dollar store. That's why, when I started out, that's what I did. I bought the little rolls of bubble wrap at the dollar store. Now I buy the huge rolls off of Amazon. So you have to think how much you're going to use. I do a lot of shipping of fragile items, so I use a lot of bubble wrap. So I buy a bunch of bubble wrap. They have bubble wrap with little bubbles, and they have bubble wrap with big bubbles. So you have to decide when you're ordering your supplies what you need for your business. Because what I need, because I ship fragile items, I ship teapots and vases and such, versus someone who's just shipping video games, they might not need as much bubble wrap as I do. Of course, a printer, you can start out with a regular printer. You don't need to go out and get a thermal printer right away. We'll talk about the thermal printer next. So I started out with inkjet, and I went to a laser printer. And I used that laser printer for 4 or 5 years until it died. Then I went up to a thermal. Of course, paper and labels. I used paper for a long time, and then I found out about the labels you can put through the printer. Those are so nice. You don't have to cut. You don't have to tape it. You just print it out, pull it off, and stick it on. And measuring tape. It's good to know what your box dimensions are. Sometimes the boxes that you use have that on there, but if you're going to say resize a box, you got a box that's good one way but too tall the other way, you want to cut down the dimensions to save on shipping, because if your dimensions are too big, that can put you into a different shipping price and make a big drastic difference in your shipping costs. So measuring tape is always important. I probably have about 8 or 9 measuring tapes around here somewhere because I'm constantly misplacing them and having to find another one or buy some more. So measuring tape is something very important to have. Let's see, next slide. Other shipping supplies that you don't have to have but are nice to have, like a thermal printer, like what's up there. I have a Dymo. Other people have Rollo. There's Zebra. There's Brother. It's whatever your preference is. But I like the thermal. You just have to buy labels. It doesn't use ink, so it's just you put your order, hit print, and it prints up. And you just pull off the label and stick it on. It's a sticker. It's very easy to use, and you don't have to buy ink. It's so nice. A box resizer. That's a tool you can use to make your boxes, resize them, and make them look done a lot more professional. Some people just use a knife and score their boxes by hand, and sometimes it doesn't look very, very good. Pool noodles. Like a pool noodle? Really? Yes, a pool noodle. I use them for protecting my fragile items, like a handle on a teapot or the spout on the teapot. Or some people use them if they ship like paintings as a frame. They take it and they put it on the outside. It's just very versatile to use ship when shipping fragile items. And tape gun. Some people call that's a basic they need to have. I have a tape gun. I used it for a little while, and I never really liked it, so I don't use it. I just don't like it. That's everyone's preference. And of course, air pillows, like I said before, I guess I put on there twice. So those are some other shipping supplies. And you might find that if you specialize in something, you might need some other shipping supplies that aren't on here. Okay. Now, where to go to order supplies? You know, Amazon, eBay. I tell you what, eBay saved my butt during the beginning of this pandemic because Amazon, you couldn't get supplies for a month. eBay, I got them in a week. So eBay, you know, your office supply stores are sometimes where I just needed some that day, so I had to go to the nearest Dollar Tree or even Staples to get office supplies, to get the bubble wrap or the bubble mailers that I need. And there's big online stores that specialize in shipping supplies like Bubble Fast, Uline, Supply Sets, the Box 3. Those are some they even sell on eBay and Amazon. So you might want to try, you know, a sample shipping from them from eBay or Amazon first to see which one you like the best. And then the United States Postal Service website, you can order priority mail. It's only for use for priority mail. It's not for first class. It's not to be used to use as padding inside of your shipment. This is, you know, to use for shipping. So we're gonna go. So we're gonna go and check out the United Post, the Postal Service website. Go back. Okay. Well, okay, here we go. Here's the United States Postal Service, you know, USPS.com, and it's a landing page. And I tell you, if you want to order shipping supplies for Q4, you need to order them now because everyone's ordering supplies, and you don't want to, and it's taken a while for it to get there. So you want to go ahead and get your shipping supplies ordered. So we're going to go over mail and ship. This is where you can schedule a pickup under mail and ship. You just go here and you can schedule, put your address in, and you can schedule a pickup. You can go ahead and schedule for a whole month and go have them pick up every day or every other day, whichever works for you. We go to stamps and supplies. And here's the shipping supplies. They all are free. They will deliver to you free. There's no shipping cost or anything. So we have these boxes. You make sure that you want the priority mail press boxes. That's like overnight. So that would be it costs a lot more than just regular priority mail. So just trying to see what kind of they got, and they tell you the length and width here. So prepaid, so that's why that one costs money. You don't want prepaid. Like the shoe box, I use a lot. I usually sometimes even cut it down, but you know, this is stuff like shipping. If you're shipping shoes out, that's something I use a lot. This padded flat rate, I use buttloads of these. I fit jeans in there. I take coffee mugs, and I'll put a coffee mug in a box, and then put the box in there, and it cuts down on shipping to my customer because it's a flat rate. It doesn't matter how far it's going. And that is really helpful if you live on the East Coast and you're shipping to someone in California, because the closer you are to someone, it's going to be lower price. But the farther away, the higher the price. But with the flat rate, it's a flat rate for everybody. So it costs $7.55, I believe, for the priority mail flat rate to ship a mug to anyone in the United States. Now, these are only can be used for in the U.S., not for international shipping. Got these long tubes. I know people that ship baseball bats and golf clubs with these. So you just, go ahead and order you maybe a variety of the boxes to begin with, and then you can eventually find which ones you need to order the most of. There's one more box I really like because it's small and it's great for cubic shipping. This one in here, the Bridal Mail Box 4, that's for cubic shipping. There's also regional rate boxes, like this regional rate box right here. Anything that can fit into that box will ship at a 2-pound weight. Even if it weighs, I think it's up to 15, 20 pounds is the limit. But say it weighs 10 pounds. You put it in that box, it goes at 2-pound weight rate. So using these boxes to save you money. This one's good for cubic shipping. We'll talk about cubic shipping in a few minutes. So all of these boxes, go ahead and order you the if it says flat rate on it, that means it's a flat rate. And I have a chart coming up with all the rates. But with these boxes they're just a box that doesn't say any flat rate on it. You can change the size to fit, to make it smaller, because the dimensions can change the price. Also, let's see, there's one more thing. If you ship something priority mail, you automatically get on eBay $50. If you use Pirate Tip, it's $100 worth of insurance on the item. So during while it's being shipped, it breaks. You can make a claim, filing a claim right here. And it's really helpful if your customer will take a picture and send you a picture of the item being of the broken item, so that you can right here file the claim. And in the United States, the post office will, decide if it was their fault or not, and then they'll send you a check if it is. They'll so that way you can go ahead and refund your customer. You get the check, and you're not out that money. So those are some great things that you can do at the post office website. So go back to sorry. So we went to the post office, and those are some that should be on your list to do. Go ahead and get that stuff ordered before the fourth quarter. So I'm going to tell you how to save money on shipping, because I see a lot of people, they do shipping, and I'm like, oh, you paid too much for that. I'm going to show you some tricks to save on shipping. Okay, first money-saving tip is have the correct weight and dimension in your listing. So when you're listing the item on eBay, Amazon, or wherever, you need to make sure that you list the weight of the item, including the packaging in the box or the envelope that it will cost to ship the item in. So you have the correct weight, because if, say you have something that weighs 13 ounces, but after the box and the packaging and stuff, it weighs over a pound. Well, then you went from being first class mail to being priority mail, which is a big jump in price, especially if they're going, you know, from you to Kalamazoo, you know, somewhere far. So you need to make sure that you have the correct weight, and especially if you, I do calculate shipping myself in when with eBay and shipping. Some people do free shipping, so you need to be able to understand how much that item will cost to ship. And of course, understanding the shipping level. So there's like media mail, which is books, DVDs, comic books, but not magazines. You can't do magazines because it has advertising. So you can't ship anything media mail that has any advertising in it. Now, if the book has to advertise in the back for the next book coming up, that doesn't count. But you can't have anything that has advertising in it. Video games cannot go media mail. First class can go from first class packages. Make sure it's under a package, not first class letter. That's the difference there. First class package goes from 3 ounces up to 15.9 ounces. And it depends on the zone. I can ship something to someone in my same city and it costs one thing, but if I ship it to Nicole, who lives 4 hours away from me, it's a different cost. It just depends on what zone someone lives in. Sometimes some people will take the zip code of the farthest place from them and see what the rate will be for that. Or you can say, I'm going to ship it to 90210. We all know that one from that show. So, you can check, what will it cost to send it to Beverly Hills? And that will give you an idea of how much it will cost to ship that item. Priority is from 1 pound up. But it has to be under a cubic foot, which is 12 by 12 by 12. Anything over 12 by 12 by 12, so it's a box 12 inch by 12 inch. Anything over that gets a dimensional size added onto it. You used to be able to send anything, any size, and they really didn't charge you that much. But now it can go from being, $10, but you're over that dimensional weight, and now it's going to cost $35 to ship it. And we're going to tell you what to do if if you have something that big. Another thing is, do not buy a shipping label at the post office. You're paying retail rates. You get commercial rates with eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Pirate Ship, which I'll show you in a minute. You get the commercial rate, which is significantly cheaper than going to the post office and pay. Because I'm at the post office dropping off my packages, and I hear how much people are paying for it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not paying that. So you have to don't buy it at the post office. When I first started, I learned real quick not to. So yeah, don't buy at the post office. You're like, well, I don't have a printer. There was times when my printer broke down. I went to the library and paid 5 cents per paper because it was still cheaper to do it that way, to print my shipping off at the library. Okay. Next is cubic shipping. Have it pulled up. Let's see. No, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. Cubic. That's a pirate ship. So cubic shipping is based on size and not weight. So you can ship something that's small and heavy. Say it's a little thing that fits in a 8x6x4 box, but it weighs 5 pounds. It's not going to cost you. It's going to go by the size and not by the weight. So like, let's try 8x6x4. So I'm in the 0.2 cubic tier. So to ship it 150 miles away from me, it costs $7.46. And to ship it 1,000 miles away, $8.71, which is going to be way lower than shipping it through the post office. So that's one way. And resize the boxes, like I was talking before. Make the boxes as small as you can, as long as it's not compressing on your item too much that's going to damage it. You want to save on dimension. Even I do that even with my Amazon shipment. If I'm shipping something to Amazon and I have a 4 or 5 inches and my box is not full, I resize that sucker to save on dimension. So learning to resize boxes save you a whole bunch of money. There's also box in the bag method, which is on Pirate Ship with cubic shipping. You can fit, if your box fits into a bag that's smaller than 18 inches on any size, you'll get the cubic shipping cost. It's a big money saver. And then the simple export program, that's with international shipping, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Back to Pirate Ship. This is a free site. I use it for cubic shipping. You can use it for all your shipping. Some people use it for all their shipping. You get the commercial rate. It's free to join. So we're going to say I was going to send the 90210, or to say it was an 8x6x4, like we talked before, and say it was 5 pounds. And it's a box. And you get rate quote. Priority mail cubic, $9, compared to $19.65 retail. That's a $10 savings right there, with just using that cubic shipping. It's even better than the Parcel Select. About $6 better. So that priority mail cubic can save you a lot if you're shipping small, heavy items. So you could come on the Pirate Ship and and then this is where you do the box in the bag. Same thing. Look at that. $7.98 to ship it in a box in the bag. That is a huge savings, $12. So this is what Pirate Ship can really help you if you're shipping some small, heavy stuff. We're also going to talk about, if you come down to this little happy face support guide, and you click on it and you ask them, add me to your simple export program, and they will do it, and you're automatically in. And that's how you do the international shipping. Because there's a big difference. Say, I had a customer just this weekend. I had an item on eBay. It was an item I had this a long time ago. It was still under a global shipping program. And she wanted this item, but it's like, it's going to cost me $28 just to pay for shipping for this. So she was in Canada. It was 8 by 6 by 4. I think I paid, I think it was £2. $13.95 is what it cost me to ship it to her. I charged her $13.99. I said, okay, let me fix my listing with the simple export, because the first class package international is what they will charge. That is at the post office. $19. I paid $13. So that's a $6 savings right there with this simple export rate. And because you're able to have this lower rate for your customers, you're going to get a lot more sales because everyone else is doing the global shipping and they're charging $28. That's a $15 savings for your customer right there from Canada. Say if it's from, I don't know. Let's see, I've shipped to United Kingdom. But it was the same thing to United Kingdom. It's a little bit more to go to United Kingdom. It's $17.95, but it beats $24.50 at the post office. So this is a great way to save money for you and to save money for your customer. You can have it set in your shipping settings to go ahead and charge them. Maybe you want to charge them $19.95 because of card ship simple export rate. You can also buy insurance on your items for like $2. So if you want to have them cover that your item and don't worry about being lost or broken while it's being shipped, put that extra insurance on it and just ship away. It's not very hard, and when you just ship out, you just print out the label and the custom thing is already on there. It's already filled out for you. It's very easy to use. Okay. Shipping internationally. A lot of people, I don't want to ship out of the United States. You're leaving out the rest of the world. There's people looking for stuff. eBay has a global shipping program where all you have to do is ship it to Kentucky. And once it gets to Kentucky, eBay takes care of it and ships it to anywhere around the world. And you can ship items up to 60 pounds. And they have dimensions on eBay to tell you how much. But I've used this before. I used it for especially like things I really like to be covered, because eBay, if something happens to the item is damaged while shipping from Kentucky to your person, eBay will cover you. I had an item that went to France and it broke. Customer is like, I wanted to return this. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay return shipping. Send me a picture of it broken, and I went through eBay, and eBay eBay refunded the person their money, and I got to save. I didn't have to pay back the money that I got from the customer. eBay covered it. So that's eBay's global shipping program. Shipping internationally yourself. That's what I showed you, that simple export program. That's shipping yourself. You do all that, and you ship it. You can insure it. It's not very hard to do. I've shipped to Switzerland. I've shipped to Canada a lot. It's what you can do for your business to expand globally. Okay. Shipping, FedEx, and UPS. This is when you get items that are over that 12 by 12 by 12 size. That's when you use FedEx and UPS for those heavier, bigger items. Like I shipped a typewriter. Typewriter went FedEx because it was a lot cheaper to do it that way. UPS I use mostly for shipping my Amazon shipments too. So those for larger size, heavy items. There's also FedEx Smart Post, which it starts out as FedEx, and then once it gets to the city that the person lives in, then it goes to the post office, and the post office just finishes off the delivery. Now with FedEx, you can go and I believe a lot of Walgreens are places where you can drop off your FedEx shipments. So if you have you have an item that needs to go to FedEx, you can take it to the Walgreens, and the FedEx will pick it up from there. So you don't have to go to a FedEx store to drop off your shipping. You just have to make sure you know what time that the FedEx come pick it up, because if they come and pick it up at 7 in the morning every morning, it might be a couple of days before it gets picked up because you didn't get it there till 10 o'clock in the morning and didn't get there. You won't get shipped out till the next day. So that's FedEx. Freight shipping is for really large items. Is Norman here? Also, I have him talk about freight shipping.
Okay.
I've only done it once.
Let's say you're drop shipping and you know it's over 100 pounds, actually 150, then you know you got to ship it by UPS or FedEx. You go ahead and click on add to cart, figure out that if you're going to get free shipping, like the gun safes are probably 850 pounds each. They only offer curbside delivery. There is additional charge if you want them to bring it into the house. So you need to communicate this to the customer. When it's a freight item, I put in large red letters that requires freight shipping. And it could cost you additional $125. I think it went up to $150 now if you want it brought in the house. Some of the companies call it a white glove. Other ones just say it's an upcharge. So you got to figure all this shipping in on it. So when you price your item, I give them the option if they want it brought in the house, then they get charged additional go with $150 now. Because a lot of people can't carry a gun safe or a patio swing into the house because it's so big and bulky. So if you let them know up front exactly what is expected and any additional costs, they are happy with it. We ship gazebos everywhere in the United States. I have had requests to ship it to Germany, but it got too expensive for me to do that. So in that case, I went to the same source in Germany, purchase it there, and then have them ship it to the customer, which cut down the shipping prices drastically, and I was still able to make a profit. So it's just easy figuring out what the companies are you are purchasing from, what their policy is, and then dig in a little different farther down and figure out if they have the white glove or if there's an additional charge to have it brought inside. I've had my customers not buy it before. It was their decision. But when the freight company arrives, they paid the drivers $50 and they brought it in for no additional charge to them on the delivery. So freight is a different animal. It also takes additional time to get there because it's going by semi-truck, not the small delivery trucks. Don't be afraid.
Right. Yeah, I've only done freight shipping one time. That was 4 or 5 years ago. I knew it would probably change. So I let the master of freight shipping over here take care of it. Take care, talk about that. All right, now we're talking about some good shipping tips and tricks. Don't use liquor store boxes because a lot of places won't let you ship they think it's the liquor in there. It's like, no, it's not. It's not rum. It's, you know, the vase, but you can't. They don't want to see that the liquor on there. They can't have that on the boxes. So use the liquor store boxes to ship in. If your item is fragile, make sure it's well wrapped and packed securely. If not, it'll break. Customers gonna be it's not gonna be happy. You're gonna refund them, and then if you need to go through making a claim, it's more of a headache. So make sure it's real wrapped. My thing is to kind of gently shake it, and if it's not moving around, and shake it, if it's not moving around a lot in there, and it's pretty secure. Bubble wrap. I also make sure that it's not touching the box outside the box. You want to give it some cushion so that the box gets hit. It has a little cushion to take that impact. And if you use that fragile sticker, I think the post office use that as a goal to speed up that box even more. So I haven't really ever used that fragile sticker. I had a customer request for the fragile sticker to be on there. And a lot of times the post office will also charge you more if you had that fragile sticker on there, because they said it needs careful handling.
Kelly, could I comment on the liquor box? Okay, the reason I use a liquor box is because it's really secure. It's heavy cardboard, and I turn around and put them inside another box. And
if you're double boxing, that's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're double boxing, putting that box inside another box, you can use that liquor store box like that, but don't ship it directly in that liquor store box.
Correct.
I've seen other people show pictures of this, of someone shipping stuff in like boxes that their cereal came in, or boxes that their macaroni and cheese came in. That's really, really, really thin and flimsy cardboard. That's not to protect anything. Don't use garbage to get packing material. No one wants that. Please, no. It doesn't show that your company is really professional. It's very not professional looking when you ship like that. You want to, the last thing your customer sees, where they're going to put feedback on the computer about your company is it comes in a cereal box and garbage no, you don't want to do that, because you'll get that feedback rate cut down. Really, 2 stars, 1 star. They don't like, the item came damaged, or who knows, there's grease spots all over it because it came with fast food back. Don't do that. Leave your postal workers some treats, maybe a bottle of water or something, especially in the hot weather. I know a lot of people will do that, and at Christmas time they'll give them a card, and it's a little bit with a gift card to Subway or wherever, Starbucks or whatever. Because that way it helps. Your customer knows, your postal worker knows that you appreciate how much hard they work for them. And that might be a little more, come back, they might come, be a little more willing to work with you.
Yep. And it is
Yeah.
also a tax write-off.
Mm-hmm. Schedule time for shipping every day. How do you, work? How's it work around your schedule? I work a job 3 days a week. On the days that I ship out, and I ship out every day. On the days I work, then I do my shipping the night before. The days I'm off, I do it in the morning as I'm off. And then I just either, sometimes I'll have my husband take it to the post office for me, or I'll take it to the post office while I'm going to go out to go some sourcing. So make sure you schedule that into your plans every day. And don't wait to the last minute to reorder supplies, especially now. This is the time I know I need to order supplies. I'm almost out of some stuff, and I'm not listening to my own advice. So I need to go ahead and get that stuff ordered and make sure I'm ordering extra because Q4 is coming up fast. I've already had a big weekend this past weekend. So I need to recover and then get more supplies. And it's good to know where in your area you can go ahead and get some last minute supplies. Is there a Dollar General that you can run to that has shipping supplies? Where are their shipping supplies located? So you're not wandering the store for a long time. So.
And if
Now,
you want to get free supplies, you can go to your local shopping malls and ask them about it, and they'll set them aside. Also with the poly bags, because this is the time of the year when I make a trip out to the mall, I pick up between 3,000 and 5,000 boxes and poly bags at a time. So that saves you money in the long run. And you're not having to buy the supplies all the time because it comes out of a brand new inventory into a big 50-gallon bag. And then it goes to me and I sort them out and then reuse them.
Yep, I had my family save me their Amazon boxes. Just remember with Amazon, Amazon prefers that you use, or they state that you need to use new boxes. So you can't really use the boxes that have staples on them or something. They gotta be new plain boxes. And for me, with my Etsy store, I'm trying to really brand my Etsy store. I have stickers made up with my Etsy logo on it, and when I ship out, I put my sticker with my Etsy logo on my boxes to kind of brand them. You can buy boxes that are branded with your company if you want. They're a little bit more expensive, but that way it gets your brand out there.
And you're building a reputation. They'll
Mm-hmm.
start following you and buying from you more often.
And with my eBay orders and my Etsy orders and all my non-Amazon orders, I have thank you cards. And I put in there, I thank them, and I thank you for buying, thank you for supporting a small business. And I've gotten so many lots of feedback that mention getting a thank you card. So people really appreciate that you thank them. Some people don't want to do that. You don't have to. That's your business practice. But I prefer to do it to thank them for supporting my company. So I don't know. Nicole's able to see if there's any questions out there. Or...
Let me go check. I apologize. I was on mute.
I don't see any.
Okay. Yeah, right now I don't see any yet. But I think this is great information. So, use this information to help you with your Q4 if you are still shipping products to your customers or you're receiving inventory in, or you need to ship inventory to Amazon. Use this to your advantage and go back and listen to the replay. Okay, Kelly. I think That's it for now.
All right.
All right. Goodbye for now, guys.
All right, thanks
Bye,
for
everybody.
coming out.